Hello folks, I'm starting in a moment. Just double checking everything was working, it seems to have been. So, I uploaded two builds today, one for the mage, one for the scout. Maybe tomorrow I could do something for the soldier, just to add a second build for that class as well. I do not feel like playing the soldier at the moment though. I can probably start playing a bit on the mage. So I can probably just play this build, the one I uploaded today, then I can play the other build I uploaded today, just to show it on the stream. If someone wanted to see a bit more gameplay from those specific builds. So this build I tried even on Chaos 7. In this specific build I tried it. It can do the boss, but it can do the monsters and the elites. And I didn't even feel like I was doing Chaos 7 until I reached the boss. And then the massive amount of HP it had just kind of made me wanna not try and even finish it, so I just kind of left them up. Because with this guy I can probably, as I've done once, like 20 something, 30 something million crits with Aether Blast too. So it is okay, but it's only 17-second cooldown, so you can just spam high damage crits like with Bragi. I was thinking of just doing something easy, maybe just some Chaos 5 runs with this guy. How much is my weight? 47 out of 80. So not so bad. Although I'm not gonna be wearing my farming gear. If I do want to wear it, it's no problem. I can just quickly switch out some things, but for now I'll just wear whatever I've got. So let's just go ahead, make sure it's Chaos 5 first. Yeah, it's Chaos 5. Let's try a Grunt Relic, maybe something that's not so difficult. This one doesn't seem too difficult. Oh, I actually had to do something with the skills. So I didn't want to take those two notes, at least not this one. It didn't seem to be worth the loss of cooldown reduction for this energy, because this build seems to be very good at sustaining its energy. So instead of 2% damage and cooldown reduction, I can either take Etheric Storm and like playing with it just to see how it will fit with the build, instead of using Superior Aether Blast, or I can try and maybe just get some energy from other sources, like just 7% from here, or I can just go for 2 damage nodes. I'm not sure I can go I can grab an HP node, I can grab another HP node. I don't think that's needed. For now, let me try and maybe just grab some damage nodes. Just something like this. Extra 4% damage. It will be altogether extra 2% damage because before I had this node. So okay, I think I have to just return to the town. Just to equip my skill. So did the god skill get removed? Oh nice, the god skills didn't get affected by this change. So I'm not using god skills as passives, I guess. Yeah. Now I just need to return this to my... Before switching to Etheric Storm Mastered, I can try playing a bit with the regular one. So I'll do one run with Aether Blast, one run with Etheric Storm. Okay, let's go. Oh, not Act 3, just anything but Act 3. It's just gonna make things slow. Enemy damage 30%, so it's kind of don't let them hit me this time. Especially the Hellhounds. Those Hellhounds, when they charge with that jumping attack, they can hit pretty hard. Yeah, I'm kind of not gonna waste my time killing those. Just wanted to see if there's a big chest there. Sometimes there could be one of those big chests with horns and they're pretty much worth picking up. Ah, this one ran away from the Aether Blast in the last moment. Should have kept the Aether Blast closer to my... The Blinding Light seems to do decent damage. And not just the initial damage, but the damage over time also seems to be very... Oh, okay. Good start of the stream. So maybe today will be one of those lucky days, unlike I did the last few days in regards to streaming. Let's see this Belcoradris helmet, if it's good. 7.2 cooldown reduction and cost reduction, not bad, good helmet. My Belcoradris build of course does not need the cost reduction, but it could always benefit from some extra cooldown reduction for the other skills that don't benefit from the equilibrium and veteran combo. Actually, let me go grab the chest. There usually is a chest here on this specific... can see I can even try to stun walk some of the elites with my skills. This is why I like the duelist chain reaction so. Because if you have 3 skills with cooldowns on a specific build, you can kind of try to stun walk some elites with that. Like I can stun now, I can spam some skills, I can stun again, I can stun again, I can stun again. It's pretty decent. It's pretty fun to play this build, and it's kind of one of my first builds that I was playing on the game was the predecessor of this build, my fiery tank mage build. It was my first build to start doing successful Chaos 5 bosses when Chaos 5 was the maximum. So this is kind of based on that specific build. Of course, back then I had HP in my gear when I started. Then I started gradually removing the HP as I got used to playing the build a bit more free. And it turned out to be good even for damaging, even without 150k HP, just with 89, 90 something. And now with green gear we kind of get this gear to 122 with just 2 missing green items, and it's still, I don't have HP on this item. And what else doesn't have HP? This doesn't have HP but can have HP. This does. This doesn't have HP, and I think neither of the rings has HP. So I can probably with min-maxed rolls I can get this to 150 something thousand HP and a bit more damage and crit chance and cooldown reduction. But even the way it is now, I'm quite happy with the state of the. But the sad thing about it is I don't ever think bosses on Chaos 7 would be fast to kill with such a build unless they do change some things. It's sad that the game only has one build that can solo Chaos 7 at the moment with a decent speed, and it not take like ages to kill a single boss. This build can probably do some bosses, but the thing is it would take very long and it's not worth your time. It's much better to just farm some easier difficulty bosses for some of those relic chests. Ah shit, I got stun walked. He did the side skill, then he stunned me with the circle from the ground, and then he did another third side skill. So I couldn't even heal myself with blinding. Yeah. Just I have to be a bit careful when he uses those skills. He's using the big AoE now, I think. Yeah. Ah, fuck. I was attacking the dogs. Okay, there we go. So it's just about using the mobility the build is accounting for. Of course, like everyone, I do make mistakes and I do die. It's something completely normal, especially when I'm streaming. I do think that the build maybe could also work with Phoenix Herald, or what I'm using on my other mage build, like this thing. It could work with a Phoenix Herald, but I don't think it's needed. We have so many sources to burn the enemies, but if you have a good road Phoenix Herald, it would not be a bad choice. But this one gives us a pretty decent crit chance and damage increase. Not talking about the damage reduction, because on higher difficulties that doesn't do much for us. It's still good to have it though. So on builds that have sources of burning the enemies and use soul fire, it's not needed to use the Phoenix Herald. But maybe I can try just to see how much damage I would be doing with the Phoenix Herald. So let's do the next map with that. This is nice. Let me quickly sell all the yellow junk.
Zyolek312, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club.
Zyolek312, thank you indeed for the follow and welcome to my channel on Twitch, much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So even with Phoenix Herald, it's not bad just to try this build, but I don't think it's worth it, because unlike some other builds, here the Phoenix Herald aura is not doing so much for us. Most of the times I'm getting the enemies away from me, but maybe it's better to just keep my Sentinel. So I'll just play a bit with the Phoenix Herald, slightly a bit more, but then I'll just swap back to my other weapon. Seems that we're getting much more damage with the Sentinel. Much more. And the crit chance increase is also something that's not worth missing. Yeah, this build kind of burns with almost every skill. So yeah, we have good synergy. Our energy cost skill, Breath of Fire, can reduce our cooldowns, and our cooldown skills can reduce, can regain energy. I decided not to grab Veteran's Chain Reaction, which would make it that the next skill that uses energy would have its energy cost cancelled after using a skill with cooldown. Because I tried it, I tried using a skill with cooldown and then using Breath of Fire. It didn't cancel the energy cost, not even for the first second. So it only works with skills that are not channeled, I guess, such as the heroic step between worlds. So we'll see, maybe later on they might add some more skills that would be nice to make a combo with in regards to Veteran's Chain Reaction.
My magic is not ready yet.
As you can see with my cooldown reduction, I can even keep two of those domes up at the same time sometimes. But yeah, if I do my rotation correctly, most elites get destroyed immediately.
Requires patience.
It's an amazingly fun build to play. Of course, it's not as fast and mobile for speedrunning compared to my other build, but it's still got its charm if you want to like do such type of gameplay with Breath of Fire. We don't have any other channeling skill like Etheric Ray some other games have, so this is kind of our equivalent of channeling a ray in the case a breath of fire.
Requires patience. Perfection requires
So let's go kill the final boss of this map. I'm kind of getting the same boss this time. Okay, he's doing an AoE. Shit, I was stunned for a second there. Okay, I'm gonna try and quickly heal up.
My magic is not ready yet. Requires patience.
Okay, let's see what we've got from the chest.
Perfection requires
Sometimes I don't want to, but I don't have a force move button for toggle. Torchlight Frontiers is the same. Pro, but it's just too much having to hold the button to force move when you can just move with the click of a mouse or pressing the mouse. So even if I remove this, maybe keep attacking. I'll try playing without Action Missile. Maybe then it wouldn't try to attack with basic attacks, but I think that's what's gonna happen. Okay, let me do another one. And there we go. Oh, enemies explode on death. This would be fun. It's pretty hard doing this map with builds that rely on being close to the enemies. With this build I can try and keep them away from me. Not as good as a Dragon Tamer set would, but I've never tried a Dragon Tamer set build, but I do have an idea what it would be like. Fuck, I couldn't move.
requires patience.
So my character still tries to attack, even without the basic attack skill, it still tries to attack. This is such bullshit having to hold control to force move, instead of using a toggle. I really want to be moving without my character attacking the enemies, but without holding a button to force that behavior of my character. And now it's even after I removed it. He starts attacking things that I don't want him to. Our cooldowns seem to be resetting much more often than I was expecting, even without the ring and amulet for this purpose. Ah fuck, I didn't see that there was a heal. Can I kill him before he gets healed? Yes, I can. I'll just run to the boss this time. Be able to use
I should wait some more.
attack.
My magic is
So yeah, I have to kind of walking. Very restrictive, so to say.
my magic is not
Should I wait for my potion cooldown to regain? Ah shit, I didn't see what happened. Oh, I had one of those things underneath me, okay.
My magic is not ready yet. My life does not deserve such sacrifice. I should wait. Magic is not ready yet.
As you can see, I'm not the best at surviving and using my skills to damage, but at least I get there eventually. It's giving me Nurgle, but this one is kind of tricky. Maximum health decreases over time. It's kind of making you rush them up. Another one with maximum health decreases over time. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more tries. Okay, this is not so bad. This is not so bad. Cooldowns have a chance to increase when we take damage. I can just try and not take damage much. It only matters on the boss fight anyway. Through the rest of the map it shouldn't matter much whether I have increased cooldowns. Oh, I forgot to return my skill to my skill bar. Okay, I'll have to return that missile later.
Perfection requires patience. Perfection requires patience.
Okay, a lot of reds this map. Be a green at the end of the Let's have a healer. Healers are pretty tanky sometimes. Kind of, if I can't kill them fast like this time, I just ignore groups with healers if I can't get the healer in a few seconds.
Perfection requires patience.
Should bring back my Akshi missile, it's much better than non-normal attack. The movement skill, Like on my first mouse, instead of having to hold control if they add a movement skill under the basic skills, just the basic movement, I would pretty much like to use that instead of attack skill for some build.
My magic is not ready yet. Perfection requires patience. My magic is not ready. My magic is not ready.
Shit, shit, shit. No, I couldn't move.
I should wait some more. Perfection. I should wait some more.
Okay, at least he dropped something red. Not so bad, but not what we. But I haven't gotten many
Ready.
fine sent from chests, and the rest is split between elite.
Perfection requires
This is why if you can speed preferred choice for farming speedruns. So if you want a farming build, I'd suggest my other mage build, not this one, my Belcuradris build. It's much better to speed farm some gear before you get what you need. It's kind of almost the same as the last map, except instead of poison clouds we have enemy damage 10%. I'm really loving this stuff. Oh fuck, I forgot again to change my skill. Oh, let me quickly go and put my skill back in the skill bar. There we go. I'm not gonna do enemies have a chance to spawn a poof, but it just does too much damage, not worth. Biggest money sink of the game is the reset button. This seems not so bad, but I still don't want my HP decreasing, making me do a speedrun. It's not that I can't do the
Hey,
content, it's just
what
that I
build you
don't
took
want
to make rings in Invasion?
To make the rings in Invasion, I was kind of doing some content on one build, some content on the other. Like some content I was doing on my previous build, other content I was doing on this build. But this is not how I had it. I had all those nodes. I actually even did it on rank 10, but it doesn't keep my progress. Look, it says that it's completed, but if I click confirm, it's showing me this, and it's showing me this on every single rank. It's glitched. I haven't done those ranks. I've never done a single node on rank 19, And even if I go there, it's showing me this. I don't know why. And this is very annoying because I want to farm more rings and I don't want those nodes walked here. I want them unwalked, I want them incomplete so I can complete them. I've only done rank 1, rank 10, and that was it. I've never done anything else. So I'd suggest grabbing those nodes, those nodes, those nodes, and maybe trying with this build for the rings. Start off with the easy nodes on the other build because it's for speed running. And then when you get to something hard that you can't deal with the Belcuradris build, try this build. But make sure you grab all the resistance. You do need that corruption resistance. It's 4 of them that you can get. This one, and those two. And preferably grab everything else. I would suggest starting with either this side or this side, then moving to those. Maybe later you can grab those if you want, but it's not necessary. And it could help you greatly for those last few nodes. And the good thing about invasion is even if you die a few times, you can still click to pay with fragments or gold and still retry and end up completing. I had to retry some bosses 30-40 times at the start until I gave up and changed my build. Because I would like immediately resurrect and then one shot, resurrect and one shot. Then I would have to go and farm some money or fragments. Because I was trying to do them without completing the corruption nodes. Then I kind of gave up and completed the corruption nodes. It's just very hard to do it without them. Okay, let me just try and get a decent map, something normal. This seems kind of normal, but no
So when
critical
you took
hits.
rings from rank 1 you can get another rings in other ranks.
Yes, you can. Let me quickly show you if it saves the progress on my other character. I'll try. Which one have I not tried? Like if I go on my ranger, it is still glitched. Currently it's showing me this unlocked all the way to the resonance ring on all characters, but on the ranger today I kind of have it like this. But oh fuck, I didn't want to start a node. Anyways, I'll exit the node. I just want to show you what should happen when you switch on the other rank. It keeps the progress, and this is where the glitch comes. Maybe instead of keeping the progress for the specific rank, it's copying it to other ranks. So usually if I go to rank 1, it should look like this, but then I was at rank 9, it was looking like this. Rank 2, it looked like this. So currently it's saving the progress for all ranks, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, even if I go to what, I've never done rank 8 for sure, and there we go, it looks like this. It's something very bad because now I can't reset it. The only way to reset it would probably be to complete it to 100%, then maybe it would reset itself. But I'll probably try doing that some other time. But if it's not like this for you, then yeah, complete it on one rank and then try and complete it on another rank to get a new ring. I think on my dwarf I needed 5 completions until I got the 5th ring, which was with the crit chance I needed. So it's very hard to get it from the first try unless you're lucky. On some characters I was kind of lucky to get okay ring from the first try, but on others it wasn't so nice. So I'm wondering if I should try a different set. I can probably try on the mage the Dragon Tamer set, I've never played with it. But for Dragon Tamer I would need some magic damage skills. And the only magic damage skill that I can think of to place in my build would be non-heroic blinding light and maybe the etheric ray. I don't think the tornado would be a good choice. But I think for Dragon Tamer, Breath of Fire wouldn't be a bad choice either. What else did the Dragon Tamer set give? Do I have any pieces of it in my inventory? Okay, I'll try it later. I'll keep playing a few more maps on this. But the Dragon Tamer is a set with good potential. It can probably do more damage than this build, and it can be easier to survive due to the... Come on, cannot perform any critical hits. It would allow you to keep repelling enemies with the Dragon Tamer set. And what was it? Blade of Instability, I think, was the one that you might want to use with that. If the Blade of Instability was the one that sends a repelling wave. I still think Soul Fire is great for every build. Let's see, do I have Blade of Instability? Just Rift Eater. I've got one in the warehouse though. I've got a green Blade of Instability in the warehouse, so that's not bad. I'll check it later.
Perfection requires patience.
Do it.
My mallet is not ready yet.
Look at this, I can keep stunning them with Ring of Resonance. It's an amazing ring for any class, I think. Even if it's not just for the stun, but just to proc something, it's still nice. It doesn't seem to do damage, but it kind of still hits them for some sort of damage, which can proc crits and stuff. Let me try and experiment with it now. If I were to use this skill that doesn't do damage, like this one, it just stunned them. The teleport though, the teleport does some damage on the receiving end.
A mere taste of my power. My magic is not ready yet.
So it's not bad, even with the etheric vortex I can stun people without even doing damage. Like this. And they're immediately slowed, not just stunned, but they're slowed immediately due to the vortex itself. Okay, I was just waiting for this guy to do his skill. I can go in.
I tried Rift Eater with step between words heroic, but it's not work sadly.
Oh yeah, it sure isn't. I've tried it myself as well. I tried all 3 different blades with my other build, with my step between worlds heroic build. And Soul Fire seems to be the way to go with that set. Soul Fire seems to be the way to go for at least this and the other set. I don't know about the Dragon Tamer, but maybe even there it will be nice. Although for a Dragon Tamer set I would be using a lot of things that can burn enemies. And I would be using Arcane Secrets, I think was the name. Yeah, Arcane Secrets. So it would definitely be nice to have Soul Fire. It's just too good to miss out on. It's like the executors of the scout. The others just don't seem to be that good for the DPS compared to it.
My magic is not ready yet. My mallet is not ready.
Oh, another thing I need to try would be now the next thing I'll do is I'll reset my skills and I'll get Etheric Storm, just to test how it would work out with the build. I did not try it yet, and it would be nice just to know for research. But I'm liking the synergy where I can gain energy by using skills with cooldowns and reset my cooldowns by using the energy cost Breath of Fire.
Magic is not ready yet.
I never thought about this before the patch, but now after this patch I started thinking more about such kind of synergies after the invasion patch.
My magic. Perfection requires patience.
Okay, are we at the boss now? Yeah.
My magic.
A mere taste of
Perfection
my
requires patience. I should wait some more. I should wait some
a mere taste of my power.
more. My magic is not ready.
It's pretty easy to teleport behind the enemy to make sure he doesn't hit you with this step between. But duelist chain reaction really good skill. Look at that crit damage, and it can go even further. It can go all the way to 1000 if I min max my items and get lucky. But it's still good enough the way it is. Of course, not Chaos 7 material, but for doing Chaos 5 like me, just chilling, not even. I mean, of course, I'm breaking a sweat every now and then. Like getting very close to dying a few times, even dying a few times myself. Now what I want to do is I want to grab this. So I'll go all the way here, then those two nodes I just took as an extra damage. One of them would go into here. Should I grab some damage again or maybe just a bit of HP? Let's see how much the HP would go up for 2%. 2000. 2000 HP for those 2%. Not so bad. Okay, just to equip the skill. Now I wouldn't have the skill points, so the best thing to reduce would be step between worlds. It won't be as good, but it's still better than nothing. And there we go, 18 points. Just wanted
It's
to
a bit
test this
stupid that you can make over 2 million armor and they can still one-hit you with Sentinel and passives from God Tree.
Oh yeah, indeed. Like if you're using continuity, and then you're using Fortress of Willpower and Sentinel, and on top of that you can use rings for extra damage reduction. And yeah, you can even go even further and use something like this extra damage reduction from champion. This is also some extra damage reduction, and I think it even goes further. Uh, but yeah, there is a lot of damage reduction and they can still one-shot you. I mean, just to show you what I mean, let me just go to Chaos 5, Chaos 7. I'm just gonna do Chaos 7 boss rush, just so you can see the damage, 460,000 damage. Oh, I need to... I need to change those. This is supposed to be number 1, this is supposed to be number 3. Maybe after the boss rush. Just quickly to show you the damage this guy can do. It's just ridiculously big damage. I won't even do anything. I'll just let him one-shot me. Let's see how many thousand damage. 826,000. Good work in surviving this. There is no way in hell we can reduce it to such a low value that we can actually survive one of those hits. And if someone's not able to survive one of those hits, then they have to be kind of completely perfect on the boss. And if a game is kind of pushing you to be perfect, there is a saying that perfection is the enemy of good. Something like that, I heard it in a movie. So, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I need to replace those skills. Like this is number 1, this is number 3, not the other way around. So poison bullets, demonic portals and constant bleeding, okay. So now I won't have etheric blast as much, but still the other etheric storm might not be as bad of a skill to have in the build.
May the winds of magic grant me power.
Perfection requires patience.
Come on, chest. Nothing good. Still though, three red items from a chest is not bad at all.
Perfection requires patience. My magic is not ready yet.
So yeah, with etheric storm, maybe it might not be a bad situation when I'm doing a boss, because it would keep attacking for a total more damage than an Aether Blast. Aether Blast would hit for between 15 and 30 something million, but this keeps hitting for like 4 million, 2 million, 4 million, 2 million. Look at it, 4, sometimes less of course, but I've seen hits all the way to 4 with that, so it's not. And it also would boost my damage for other skills.
Perfection requires patience.
May the winds of magic grant me power.
Okay, another chest. I should not have gone this way.
I should wait some more.
Okay, those should be enough to get me the kills needed for the boss to unlock. Oh, nice. Good thing I stopped here. Morvo's Bracer, just what I needed, a better... Oh, that's Belcoradris, not Morvo. Well, this is good. It's almost 7,000 damage. I think my other doesn't have as much. No HP, but it's still nice. And the wood quality is nice for a farming set. 31 wood quality, I don't think I've got that much on my other bracers, even on the farming set for the Belcoradris. So it was me stopping to kill an elite right at the perfect time. Actually, this is the wrong way. I already looted the big chest, so if I go there, there won't be a big chest.
Perfection requires patience.
Okay, this is very nice and fast burning damage. Can I? I couldn't kill him before he casted the AoE. I wanted to kill him before he casted the AoE, but I couldn't. Anyways, he'll be dead in a moment.
Abomination.
And sometimes I try to keep some burning enemies alive without killing them on the boss fight, just so I can get that soul fire damage bonus. But yeah, Sentinel is probably the only worth choice for this build in regards to weapons. I did try to finish Herald earlier, it didn't work well. Just too much damage and crit chance that we're losing for just burning the. So should I try the Belkuradris set quickly? Let's see, I'll put this Morvo thingy. And this. And I'll even put this. Not the Belkuradris, but what was it called? The Dragon Tamer set. I'm gonna take out all the Dragon Tamer items that I've been stashing. Okay, what else? Let's put this back. Let's put this back. Okay, I've got gloves. What am I missing? I think I've had the full set. Maybe just the boot. Oh no, I even have the boots. Nice. So, what was it? Oh, weapon. I still think I'll be using the Rift Eater as an offhand. Not the Rift Eater, but the Soulfire as an offhand. It just doesn't seem like a Blade of Instability might be worth it, but I'll try it. I'll try it just to see if it helps. Good thing is I'm on the mage and I can do some blessings. The bad thing is I wasted a lot of those gems today. So what I'll do is I'll exchange all the yellow ones for blue. And all the green ones for red. $600, that should get me what, three items worth of blessings. Let's pick out the 3 best items first. Starting off with the boots, which one is better? I think the one here it's just one choice, here it's just one choice. Reduction and more HP for cooldown reduction. Okay, I'll bless whatever I don't have a spare one from. So let's bless the gloves and the legs. And I'll see what weapon I'll be using. Okay, and one more item. Maybe 2 more items. Yeah, actually 2 more items. Got enough exactly for 2 more items, and then I'll have 13 left. So, did I do the boots? Let's do the boots first. Then I can decide whether I wanna bless the ones I'm wearing now. Altogether, this will be 0.9, and this will be another 0.4 cost reduction. Oh, actually, here I'm wearing the one with more cost reduction. Yeah. Okay. I've equipped the wrong armor, so let's do this. This seems like the better choice for now. I think with the skills I'm using as passives at the moment from my old build, I can retain the one for the cost reduction help, and then it would be fine. I just need to change, maybe this I can sacrifice. So the thing I need to decide is whether I would be static. I think this can give me much more. It can give me much more crit chance than this, but for now let's get rid of both of those. And let's go for some magic thingies. First of all, Arcane Binding Heroic. Then I want to decide whether magical damage would be my main damage or fire. I think Breath of Fire should be my main source. So this is magical. Can put something with magical damage here. I'll try with Phantom Blade, by the way, why not? Maybe it might be good, but let's first try the Arcane Hail. I want to try something like this. But I need spells with cooldown. Of course I'll be using this here. So 1 magic, 2 magic, 3 magic, 4 magic, and this will be my fire damage. And I'm gonna try and avoid using this. It's just there for filling the slot. I don't wanna use this spell. Maybe I can try going for this again. Or something like this. So now maybe I should return this. Fire damage is increased, and I want to be doing more fire damage anyways. Burning enemies take more magical damage. This would be also nice. This would mean I can, but I don't see a good magical damage skill. Something that is gonna be more damage overall than Breath of Fire. The only option I can think of would be Aether Blast Mastered or Etheric Storm Superior, and even then it wouldn't guarantee that there would be a lot of damage done. This is 55,000, but this is very unreliable skill. What I could think of, maybe this could do a lot of damage with this skill, and it could be worth it. So I'm not sure whether it's worth taking this. Let's try playing without it first. First I'll try maybe to return this skill back to my roster. So I'm losing this extra static based bonus, but it might be better. What if I were to do something like this? Oh, I don't have points. 3 points. Okay, let's play like this for now.
Only dust will remain.
Okay, not so bad. Not so bad. So since it's just freshly trying the build, I'll go Chaos 4, because I haven't played this build yet. And for the weapon, what was the third option? Oh, the third option was focusing crystal. I don't have a green one, but it doesn't seem to be something I would want to keep using for this build. So they resist control effects. Would that mean they would resist my stuns? Or just the swallowing?
Try Arcane Hail Mastered, Etheric Vortex and Ray, Blinding Light, and Step Between Words for 5 with Sentinel and Soul Fire or Rift Eater.
Okay, I will. After this map, I'll try whatever you suggested. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll see how it works.
Only dust will remain.
The damage is lower than my previous build, of course, but maybe I can get it to be better. But this is kind of a bad map to keep trying a new build, because they're very fast here. Very fast indeed.
Only dust will remain.
What does Arcane Hail Master do, by the way? Fire damage.
Requires patience. Perfection requires patience.
Only dust will remain.
So on Chaos 4 I'm fine with this build, but on Chaos 5 I would have been dead long before this. But this is just because of me not being used to this build. It will take some time getting used to it. And what was the other blade? The blade of instability. I wanna try this one. Even though I'll be losing a lot of DPS, I just wanna try it now. Just to see how the effect would work. And what is the cooldown on this one, I wanna know. Kuno doesn't seem to be that bad.
My magic is not ready yet.
Ah, fuck, I keep staying in the explosions. I think this Rifted Blade of Instability, not Rift Eater, pardon me. This Blade of Instability seems to be very nice with this setup, but maybe it's because it's Chaos. But I do seem to see more numbers proccing every now and
My magic is not ready yet.
Only dust will remain.
So what did I place? I placed this increased fire damage.
Perfection requires
I see the wave. The wave looks like this one, yeah. So when I do fire, it does a blue wave. When I do magical, it does the fire wave. Okay. And the cooldown seems to be like 3 or 4 seconds
is not ready yet.
cooldown in between the waves. And since each of them has separate cooldown, it's quite nice. So if you have a good road, Blade of Instability, it's not a bad choice to use, because it hits all the enemies in front of you. And on a boss, that might be quite nice if you keep the rotation properly. If you can kind of keep spamming the rotations. Yeah, it's not bad. And look at that, look at those things. I think that was from the Blade of Instability. This is telling me when the cooldown is over. When those disappear, that means the cooldown is over. So this is kind of an indicator maybe? Or is it something else? Oh, look at those. It's actually 3 of the blue ones rotating now. What do those rotating things do? Maybe they regain something if I pass through them? Or do they just damage the enemies? I would like to know more about those mechanics, but it's not explained anywhere. I do know about the waves. How am I with the...
It damage to enemies.
Yeah, this I know about damaging the enemies, but look at this. This damages the enemies as well. The blue and red orbs. The blue and orange orbs. If it does damage the enemies as well,
Yes.
that's pretty nice, cause it keeps rotating around me.
Form you gear.
So you said to try Hail Mustard together with Blinding Light, Vortex, Ray, a step between worlds, okay. You said not to use Breath of Fire maybe? What about Etheric Storm? Do I need this? Etheric Vortex, Ray, Blinding Light and Step Between Worlds. I need skills with cooldown though, so I have 2. What would the third skill with cooldown be? Oh, Step Between Worlds. Why do I have this here? So should I have the best step between words? Oh, step between words for 5. Okay. And what about this SWOT? Arcane Hell, Etheric Vortex, Ray, step between words, Binding Light. Can still use the Storm, I guess.
You put lasers and attack from Arcane Hail mastered.
Okay. I'm not the best at controlling the lasers, but I'll try. In the meantime, but Arcane Hell is very low damage though. We'll see how it goes. If I'm gonna be doing fire damage, I would need this, what was it? Arcane Secrets. Okay, maybe this Arcane Secrets. So if this is gonna be my main source of damage, let's see how it goes then. Yeah, I'm not sure that, I'm not convinced that this might work on Chaos 5. I'll try it in Chaos 5 in a moment to see how it works.
My magic is not ready yet.
It's not so bad, I'll just have to keep experimenting and see. It would take a while to get used to playing with the lasers.
I should wait.
The problem is I can't control my etheric
Rift
vortex
Eater is
while there
better
are
with this
lasers
build
placed. Yeah, Rift Eater is better with this build. I wish I could control the lasers and the dome separately, instead of the latest spell being the one I can control. But this is fun. This is fun, I could definitely experiment with this. Maybe I could just put the basic lasers and place something else, like
Requires patience.
what else can I place? I can place something like Etheric Orb. So if I put Etheric Ray basic, and then I also use maybe the Fire Etheric Orb. I do want to use this Etheric Orb, and this Etheric Orb will be perfect for this build if it gets fixed. What this should do is you're shooting the projectile, and it's moving, and each enemy that goes near the projectile is supposed to get sucked into the projectile. It doesn't work that way. It just has the animation like it's as if you're shooting a moving black hole. But that's not how it works, and I really hope they fix it soon. This game really seems like a beta version released prematurely. Hopefully they actually do fix all those annoying missing mechanics on the skills.
Perfection requires patience.
Hopefully my other game that I'm really looking forward to, which I'm in the alpha of, Torchlight Frontiers, does take its time before releasing and polishing all features. Because you can see this game is kind of evidence how bad press could affect someone, bad press at launch. There would have been way more players playing the game if it didn't receive such bad press in the first couple of weeks after the launch. Now there are more people starting to play it, which is good. It's kind of improving. But I still think the game kind of released early. There should have been more content before it released for $50.
I should wait some more.
But I'm liking this build. Thanks for the build. I might make build video for this build. I'll just modify it a bit, see how it goes. Because it's fun. It's something that maybe people might enjoy. I'll try it on Chaos 5 in the next map. And what I'll do, I'll really try putting this as the basic version, the blue one, and then I can put something else on this SWAT. And it fits well with those passives, with Master of Equilibrium and with the Duelist Chain Reaction. I really don't have any problems with my energy. So even Breath of Fire might fit well here if I reduce this to the basic version. And I don't think I really need Arcane Hail at the Mastered, so maybe I can get an Arcane Hail with magic damage and Breath of Fire for fire. I'll keep experimenting to see how it goes. I can even try placing the Tornado first on this SWAT. The Vast Tornado could be very helpful sometimes because it keeps pulling enemies that try to get away from per se Blinding Light. If you put the Tornado in the Blinding Light and try to keep it in there, it will keep pushing the enemies inside it. It's definitely fun testing the Caledor set for the first time. But my main damage it appears to be Blinding Light with the current setup. The most damage I'm doing seems to be from that. Which is not bad, it's still good, like 5 mil crits every now and then. It can go all the way to 6 mil if I min-max some of the items and add blessings on the missing 2 items, on those 2. Sentinel does seem to be nice. I can try, instead of Sentinel, I can try something quick. I can try Phoenix Herald instead of Sentinel, but I don't think it will be better.
Or this staff that deals magic damage.
Yeah, I don't have a good road version of it. It won't be better if I'm using a red one compared to any of the green ones at the moment. But it would be fun to try this stuff for sure. This is the stuff that's supposed to be used for this set, because it's a combo of magical and fire, the same way this is and the whole set is. So let me try what I wanted now. Let's try this, and now I'm wondering whether with those 10 points I want to put some Breath of Fire or I want to put Tornado. Oh, where was it? This was the Tornado. Or a Etheric Orb. If I were to downgrade this to a magic one, I can even put the maximum Breath of Fire or the maximum Tornado. Let's try the maximum Tornado maybe. Oh, 1 point, fuck. Let's use this one and let's put the... Oh, I need something with fire now. Okay, fire, fire, fire. I'll use the etheric tornado with fire now. And I can still get that as the maximum for extra fire. So I have magic, magic, fire, fire. Okay. My main source of damage would be fire spells, unless I put something else. But let's say I do something like this. So I have magic, 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 fire. But if I make this fire and this magic, then that's not a bad choice either, I guess. Because the idea is to make the enemies take magical damage as the main source. So if those are my... This was my most damage dealing spell earlier. So I'd much rather have more magical than more fire damage. And this Quay shield could be reduced slightly. I think I can deal with the increased energy cost, and I can get this extra damage increase. And this means I can increase this with extra 6 points and get that extra 10% damage. Okay, let's try again. Okay, pulse of butt, not what I wanna be seeing. Not when I'm experimenting. Come on, not pulse of butt when they die. Normal pulse of butt is fine. This kind of should be fine. If the enemies keep exploding around me all the time, I'll just have to keep teleporting. Just a second, one of my cables got stuck on the chair. Just a moment. Okay, my phone charger kind of, the cable got stuck within the chair wheels. It's fine now. So I'm still seeing those 5 mil crits from Blinding Light, I think. Oh, even 6 mil crits, okay. So I kind of increased it by bumping up that. And I still haven't stacked up all the different cooldown. Oh shit, I can't get... Never mind, I just got it, 4 stacks. So even with 1, 2, 3 skills with cooldown, I still get those 4 stacks of extra crit damage. But my crit damage is kind of low now due to losing some blessings. I can farm some blessings later and improve it. Was there an elite behind me? Okay, let's get this guy. Okay, it's not bad experimenting with the tornadoes, with the rays.
My magic is not ready yet.
7 million, okay. I'm liking those numbers. And I think that was not from Blinding Light, but from that wave skill. 1 million from the wave. Let's see how far I can get it from the wave. Maybe it was just Blinding Light.
Perfection requires patience.
Oh fuck, all those explosions are so annoying. And I don't have difficulties with the energy, so perfect. This equilibrium skill is my new favorite passive. Regardless of the build, it seems to be amazing.
I should wait some more. My magic is not ready yet.
I wanna see the boss fight. I think I can do a heavy burst on a boss fight, even without the sentinel. And with this I can just keep running and they can just die. Even if they don't die from the aura, I can just keep spamming those and they can follow me. Cane Hail, oh fuck, move. Third Cane Hail. It's not a bad damage even for a superior arcane. Even though I'm not focusing on the burning damage, more on the magical side. So the question is, was that 5 million from the tornado or from Blinding Light? They kind of have slightly different numbers with just 1/7 of the damage difference. So maybe if one is doing 7 million, the other is doing 5.5, 6. But the tornado keeps sticking, and Blinding Light is once only skill. Okay, this was interesting. A very fast burst. I'll try on Chaos maybe 6 now, just to see how it will go. Because the biggest problem is not the elites and the monsters, it's the HP of the bosses on Chaos 7 and even 6 sometimes. Let's see Chaos 6 now. But I won't do a grand map, I'll just do a basic one. Because it will take a lot of rolling probably. Okay, just not Swanish. I don't want Act 3. This is fine. Ah shit, I was kind of didn't have my hand on the keyboard. So they do have a lot of HP here, but they would still kind of end up dying.
My magic is not ready yet.
Maybe when I was on the stairs, the lasers don't attack them.
Perfection requires patience.
This guy is very tanky though. Yeah, I just let myself get hit and that's what happens when I'm not careful. Yeah. Still though, I think maybe it's not gonna be that bad if I focus more on using the skills the way they should be used.
Perfection requires
And how much damage do those projectiles do? Fire spell unleashes a magic projectile and vice versa, and it doesn't say the damage of those floating wisps of fire and magic. So maybe I would need to min-max the gear before I can do Chaos 6 on this guy efficiently. Because even those guys that usually take me 5-6 seconds to kill are taking like 15, 20 or something seconds.
perfection
It's also possible I'm just not playing the build the way it's meant to be played. I'm kind of rushing in too much, trying to stun them with Ring of Resonance instead of waiting for them to come next to me.
Perfection requires patience.
Shit. Oh, I forgot to use the tornadoes. Fuck. I've been missing on a lot of damage.
My life does not deserve such a sacrifice.
Okay, I think their HP went down a bit faster when I started using the tornadoes. But the big guy is still not taking any damage regardless of what I do. Just the big bull, not the big spiky guy. It would be nice to know names of the monsters somewhere, like if we hover our mouse over them. Because now I just kind of have to call them the big guy, the bull guy, the guy with the banner, the guy with the big sword, instead of using actual names.
Requires patience. My magic is not ready yet.
Yeah, it's taking too long to be worth farming yet for this build. But I think it could be good later on.
Perfection requires patience.
Ah, come on, I thought I was gonna kill him first.
Requires patience.
So okay, after this I'm gonna do some Chaos 5 with this build just to see how it works on Chaos.
My magic is not ready yet.
For Chaos 6, of course I wouldn't recommend it yet. Until I see it being more effective, I'll just hold on. Maybe with the Sentinel it might be a bit better though, even on this difficulty.
Perfection requires patience.
Does this give damage reduction? Maybe just the heroic version.
I should wait some more. Perfection requires patience. I should wait some more.
I wonder what the limit is on how many tornadoes I can spawn at the same time. Does it say? It doesn't say, but it uses a lot of mana.
Deserve such a sacrifice. My spells need more power. I should wait some more. Even in death, perfection requires patience. My life does not deserve such a sacrifice.
Okay, this is taking so long to kill such a big group of enemies.
I should conserve my energy. I should wait some
It's obvious that I'm not ready for this difficulty with this build.
deserve such a sacrifice.
But I wanted to just push its limits just to see how far I can take it
Such a sacrifice.
in terms of effectiveness.
Perfection requires patience. Perfection requires patience.
3 more, wow, just before the boss 3 guys with banners. This is tragic. think tomorrow morning after I wake up I will play around more with this build, and then maybe I can make a video for it the day after tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'll probably make a video for the soldier, for Meteoric or for the Skaven Killer set. Because it's his turn, I've already made 2 videos with each other class.
I should wait.
After the invasion update, that is.
Too weak to use my magic.
And if I can probably make 2 videos tomorrow too, if I don't take too long playing around with this build to figure out some good solutions. I will stream for another, like, let's say 20-30 minutes, because it's almost midnight here. But 20-30 is still better than nothing, so I'll try a few more iterations of the build. Oh, I have to go and kill the boss first, forgot. I'll go back to Chaos 5 instead of 6 or 4. And keep playing around on Chaos 5. I got kind of the hang of it, how to play the build. I just want to find the best skills that go together with this build.
Perfection requires patience. My spells dare you omniscient. Even in death.
Ah, shit, I really didn't expect this to hit me. I thought I was safe. Oh, come on. Yeah, this boss will be impossible to complete with this build on this difficulty. Of course, it's always possible, but it would require so much concentration, and I'm not one to like having to concentrate too hard. Not for a game, at least. Okay, fuck this boss. Not worth wasting time and efforts. Let's go back to Chaos 5. And now the tornado doesn't seem bad, but it's too draining on the energy. For the damage it does, maybe it's better than Etheric Corp. I do wanna try Breath of Fire again. But if I'm gonna try Breath of Fire, I will need the magical Etheric Ray. And then I would need the Sentinel. If I'm using Breath of Fire, I do need the damage reduction and damage from Sentinel. Okay, a lot of yellow items. Why am I picking up yellow items? I'm trying not to click on them, but I guess while I'm moving, they kind of out wood. And this reward, 20,000 gold, is a joke. It should be at least 200,000 for reputation level, especially at reputation level 20. 20,000 is not even one map, and you're spending like 6-7 relic hunts. Look at that, this costs 30,000. This is 10,000 and this is 5,000. So it's not even one Grand Relic map for a full reputation level that takes you 7 or 8 of those to do, to get the gold for it, to get the items for it. Enemy armor? No, not Act 3. Enemy move quicker, not the best for a Dragon Tamer build, but Still something better than what else could have been there, such as spawning dead pools, blood pools when they die.
Perfection requires patience.
Ah shit, my Breath of Fire is on number 1 instead of number 2. Okay, let's change the skills. I'm just too used to having this skill on number 2 for the past 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with this exploding enemies. Hold control again. Oh fuck, I forgot they explode. If they explode, they should damage their allies, not just you, to make things balanced. That way you can kind of chain reaction, explode them.
My magic. Am I too weak to rescue patience?
That way you can stack a lot of enemies on the boss, get them to explode next to the boss, and help you with a bit of damage to it. They still kind of return and stop following you after a while, so it's not gonna be like you could exploit and pull the whole map.
My magic is not ready yet. My magic is not ready yet.
But yeah, it makes no sense for them to explode and not hit their allies with the explosion.
My magic
That must be some... what's it called? Whoop hole. Plot hole, not whoop hole, pardon me, plot hole here. Yeah, I do seem to like Breath of Fire for this build again. Seems to deal constant nice damage for okay-ish cost that we can quickly regain with some other skill. And this Arcane Hail probably I should replace with Phantom Blade, because it keeps attacking enemies far away. At least with Phantom Blade it would try to get towards them. Because I really don't need a skill here, it's just there as a fewer, it seems. It's just taking your time DPSing with other skills if you start using that skill. Oh, what? Oh yeah, explosion. Fuck, I forgot. It's kind of obvious that it's a bit too late for me to keep playing, but 10 more minutes. I'm gonna stay all the way until midnight. Oh, 5 million night. What? Come on, there wasn't an enemy nearby. At least I couldn't see one. Okay, let's go to the boss, fuck those guys. cooldowns before the boss.
Perfection requires patience. Perfection requires patience.
Ah! I forgot that they explode, come on. How many times do I forget that this happens on this map?
Perfection requires patience, even in death.
Ah, again.
My magic is not ready yet.
Now I have to wait so long for this potion.
Perfection requires patience. My magic is not ready yet. My magic is not ready yet.
Okay, this one's done.
Perfection requires patience.
Okay, let's keep moving. So let's try placing Phantom Blade here. Then I can upgrade this to a fire one maybe. Oh no, I can't. Oh, it's still magical, but since the main source would be this, I need to consider some other options for the passives. I could try just using this and maybe this here, if I want magical damage to be my main source of damage. I can always spam this regardless of the cooldown of the other spells. I can always use this to burn, and I can just alternate between magic, 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 fire, and fire can always be casted. Maybe this can be placed, or maybe I can even place Akshi Missile. This is my magical spell energy generation. So this is the only skill that I can think of. Unless this combined with this counts as magical spell generation. And this one as well. Since it's not magical, it's no element for that version. Okay, one last map, let's say. Okay, 40% extra enemy HP. This might be fun. Something's happening to the sound. I'm not hearing the effects, I'm just hearing the ends of the effects. Is it because of the place? Ah, now I can hear them better. Maybe that one place there was I still hearing them kind of cutting off the effects.
Perfection requires patience. Perfection requires patience. Our magic is not ready yet. I should wait some more.
Still not sure whether this should be a magic centered build or a fire centered build for this set. Which would be better? Banning White seems to be my highest dealing skill. And the cooldown kind of gets reduced a lot when I use Breath of Fire. And if I add a cooldown reduction ring or a necklace to the build, if I somehow get lucky and find one, then it would be very good. I'll probably hold on to making this build before I find some more items to play around with for the build, like more cooldown reduction to make Binding Light almost spammable. If I get a good, what's it called, Guardian Ring was it? No, it wasn't Guardian, it was Radiance. Ring of Radiance, and what was the name of the Purifying Flame? If I get good Purifying Flame necklace and a Ring of Radiance instead of Ring of Hotek, then maybe this would be pretty nice. Because I'll be able to kind of spam this. And spamming Blinding White, you can see those 7 million hits would be more common, and then I can go full on boosting the magical damage. I can probably, with some extra blessings, get it to 8-9 million. With good rolls, maybe even which is still kind of nothing compared to Chaos 7 monster HP. The game is suffering from imbalantitis. Let's make new words.
Love your build videos, keep up your great work.
Hey,
Smiley
happy
face.
hippos. Thank you for the comment, much appreciated, and thank you for being on my YouTube channel. You're kind of joining me at the last map for the day. I'm kind of trying a Dragon Tamer build now. For the just experimenting, testing out new stuff. Viewers were suggesting what to use. As you can see, the chat log from Twitch, Ziolek312 was suggesting some things I can try for this build, for this. So it's definitely not something worth discounting. Of course, it won't be a Chaos 7 contender. So for now, this hero doesn't seem to have a Chaos 7 build on any set that I found, but maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. It's just there's only one hero at the moment that seems to do enough damage for Chaos 7. That can go in the 3-digit million damage instead of just double-digit million damage. Oh, that's not the way, actually. I came back the wrong. Hopefully builds that would kind of boost the weak builds, because currently that's what's needed. There is only one powerful build, but it's not that it's imbalanced, it's just that the others are weak. And that's the problem at the moment. This build would be fine for Chaos 5. What I'm playing now for Chaos 5 seems to do decent-ish damage. I can get it to be a bit better if I play around more with it and farm some more items. This build would really be good if I get even more cooldown reduction. And I do think that this Blade of Instability works better than Soulfire for this build. Although let me try and play with Soulfire a bit just to check it, just to check the number. Whether I can get past the 7 million marking on what was its name, on Binding I don't think I can get more than... Oh fucking healer, man, he keeps negating all the damage I... Took me so long to realize that there was a healer.
My magic is not ready yet.
Okay, let's get them to come here in this choke point.
Most build videos don't even show which difficult they are playing. And when
Yeah,
you
I know.
You are stuck at Chaos 2 /. That's why it's okay that this build isn't optimal for 7.
Indeed, when I was starting to play the game in the first 2 days, I actually started I think on day 2, and on day 1 and day before launch I was watching some videos from beta, and then I watched on day 2 when I was still leveling some build videos, and they didn't say what difficulty they were playing, so I kind of decided to make my build videos by showing kind of, or at least telling what difficulty I'm playing. Of course, the best way to show it is just to press escape now, but before you couldn't even do that. Before you kind of had to tell people you're playing this and they kind of had to take your word on it. But now you can at least press escape, and then you would know that this is the correct difficulty. Anyways, let's kill those and do the boss. But yeah, it's true. That's really true. What's happening? What killed me? I'm really not seeing what's killing me. Let me just move away from there. Okay, there's a tentacle now, this I saw. Are there other tentacles that I'm not seeing, maybe? Yeah, Rift Eater does seem a bit, not Rift Eater, but Blade of Instability seems a bit better for this build. Let's see what boss we've got this time. This boss. This might be the least dangerous boss from this act, as long as we just avoid this OP tentacle attack that can one. And when you get this boss with summoning enemies, when he starts summoning extra enemies, Soulfire wouldn't be a bad choice. If he keeps summoning those, then they would keep giving you some extra damage. I'm still not used to using my Aether Ray and all that here. So as you can see, I'm not effective. I'm still kind of figuring out whether this should be a static bonuses build or whether this should be anything but static bonuses build. Maybe I would need to make it a more mobile build, less static. And just keep spamming those etheric rays and move around the boss. And maybe with the tornadoes it wasn't bad. They were just draining my energy a bit too much. So the next thing I'll be trying tomorrow would be what was the name of the skill? This thing, Etheric Orb. Maybe this would work well because it bounces off of walls, and on bosses like this it's gonna be great. It's kind of like this blade skill of the spinning blade of the scout. And later when they fix it to start pulling the enemies, it's gonna be even better. just can't. I can't focus on moving the etheric race at the same time and surviving at the same time.
I should wait some more.
Ah, shit, wrong. I kind of teleported inside two of those. Didn't want to teleport there, I wanted to teleport a bit further up.
Many people say the mage need a rework for his skills, more slows, crowd control etc. What do you think?
I think everyone besides the Slayer needs a rework. The mage can get many swows if they use magic damage, but I don't think that it's still good enough. It just doesn't cut it. Many of the skills are kind of skills that people don't pick. And this goes for the soldier, for the mage, and for the scout. They are skills that almost no one picks in their builds, no matter how much they try to improve those skills. The others just seem much better the way they are. But I don't know, maybe in regards to swows I haven't noticed something like that. But I would like to see
XD.
some more some more high damage nukes. High damage nukes, long cooldown, but not like etheric blast, something different. Even if it's something spammable for energy cost, I wouldn't mind seeing something like a falling meteor that has some cooldown but has some heavy energy cost. Like a skill that has both energy cost and a cooldown. So you would kind of have to manage both energy and cooldowns with this skill, but it would be nice to have it. It may not be falling meteor, it may be a rolling meteor, like a slowly rolling forward boulder. I don't know, there may be so many things that I can think of. I never started thinking about things, but if I start to think on my next stream, I can probably spend an hour or two just making up different skills that could go very well with each class. I kind of do enjoy making this every now and then when I'm streaming. I do that on my Torchlight Frontier streams every now and then, thinking of what skills might go well with certain builds. But I think this is it for today from me. Tomorrow I'll probably experiment with something like this. Maybe something like this first. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, I gotta kind of keep experimenting with this build before I figure out what passives would be best, whether I should focus on fire damage or on magical damage, whether I should focus on doing magical damage to burning enemies or just purely doing fire damage. We'll see. This seems to be the most damage dealing skill at the moment for this build, for this set, for the Dragon Tamer set. So it needs more testing, but I think tomorrow on the schedule is a soldier build. Does anyone that's watching now want me to do Skaven Killer or Meteoric Iron? Cause I'm gonna do tomorrow
Okay,
one
cool
of the two.
stream. Have a good night. Smiley face.
Thank you, dude, you too. And now is your chance, guys, to tell me what you want to see tomorrow. Skaven Killer set or Meteoric Iron set build? From the
I'm looking
soldier.
forward for Ranger and Ronald bids. Smiley face.
Yeah, tomorrow is Rowan build. So the Skaven Killer, let me quickly log on to Rowan. And you can pick one of the two sets. Tomorrow I don't mind doing either set as a build. I'm giving you guys opportunity to pick which set you want to see a build for. I have one for the first set of Rowan, for the Sowant set. Now,
Harold, I
oh,
mean carrot.
yeah. I kind of got it wrong as well. I kind of got it wrong because it's Rowan's Justice. So I can either do Meteoric Iron set, this one. You can see the bonus, or I can do something for this set, the Skaven Cure set, the Pistolier Heroic set. So it's gonna be either this set or that set. So if you want to see one of those two sets, let me know, and I can try and do a build for either. Otherwise, I'll just kind of have to decide myself tomorrow. I do have the full set for this, and I do need 3 pieces for the other set, I think. Let me check. I've got the gauntlets. I've got the chest piece, maybe. No. Yeah, I've got red chest piece. Well, in any case, I do have a few things from the
Meteor for
Skaven
me.
Killer as well. Meteor, okay. So Meteor it will be tomorrow. It was kind of tilting towards that way anyway, so that's nice to know that people would be interested in seeing this. So tomorrow I'll play
Farmed
around.
way too long for it.
This is kind of what I was using, by the way. You can check it out now, or just pause the video after I stop it. This is kind of what I was using for the Meteor set. And these were the skills I was using for the Meteor
And then
set.
it only worked in Chaos too.
Well, you need for Chaos 5. This works on Chaos 5. I've tested it. It works on Chaos 5, but you need green gear. You need at least a few pieces of green gear. Maybe not full, but you need at least the weapon and maybe the shield for the extra damage. Weapon, shield, and gauntlets would give you a great damage boost. So if you're having trouble surviving, you might need armor. If you're having trouble with the damage, you might need those 3 items with maybe some accessories. So I'm kind of using this purple signet because I don't have a better ring. It would be best to maybe use a good road signet of retribution for cooldown reduction. And I experimented with shielded charge, but I think that maybe Justice of the Empire would be a bit better. I don't know. I tried using this, I tried using Pistolier, I tried using Swice. Pistolier also works good for this build, by the way. And those are kind of the passives from my old build, from my Sowens build. But they also do work well with Justice, with not Justice, but with what's it called, Meteoric Iron set. Maybe you can try and grab discrete hit damage. So maybe you can try and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And this can be achieved by losing those 2 points. Losing those 2 points and maybe... I'm not sure what else you could
Good
lose. You could
infos.
lose this. You could try and lose this, but this block damage it's kind of capped at 3000. So block damage is capped at 3000, block chance is capped at 90%. So if I were to just quickly rework the skills, I want to see if my block damage would be under 3000. Because maybe I don't need this note if the cap is 3000 for block damage. So I'm losing those 4, I'm losing this, which means I may just go for the extra block chance, but not the block damage. Here I'm just going for the crit damage, not for the other stuff. And the counter-attack damage bonus does not work on the damage from the armor, and the damage from the armor cannot crit.
Do you have any tips for blessing it?
Yeah, level up a level 50 mage and bless it on the mage. And go for crit damage. I always try to suggest going for crit damage. So this build does not seem to need cost reduction. So for this build you can actually afford taking this note. But I really think those 20 crit damage notes need to be changed to 40 or maybe even to 60% or 50%. Because look at this is 26% and it doesn't sacrifice anything. Before this was 10% and it made sense for those to be 20%. But now after they buffed the basic crit damage notes, it kind of made redundant most of the other that need sacrifices to get them. So this needs to be probably at least 50 on classes with 26 and 60 on classes with 30 as the basic nodes. So here we're taking that and we have it 176% crit damage. And of course you use Sigmar's 2 skills. I would strongly suggest always using the superior Sigmar's strat. Actually this goes here for me. And was I using Sigmar's blessing here? I think I was using the basic Sigmar's blessing, and I was using a god skill such as this one. This was kind of the build I was using. This is optional, I was experimenting. This was also optional when I was experimenting with it. So you can kind of maybe do something like this. And you can maybe use I would strongly suggest getting a duelist chain reaction. This would leave you with 7 points, and for those 7 points you can probably grab something like this one. This would really help you if you're using elixirs. So if you're using elixirs, what you can stack is Wisdom of the Apothecary. Even the most basic one would be fine, with one of those amulets. Where was it?
This makes so much more sense, instead of my build I was going for.
Look at Enchanted Jade Meadow. This makes the potion cooldown time minus 40%. Stack this with Wisdom of the Apothecary, which is what, another 25%. So you would have 65% less cooldown on the potion. And if you grab those elixirs of power, or elixir of swiftness, regardless, I would suggest elixir of power though. This would keep giving you 30% damage all the time when you're using that potion. So try to get a good road one of those amulets. The one that gives you extra cooldown time on the potion. And maybe for this place here you can grab something like what ring? Maybe a ring for cooldown would be the best, to keep resetting the cooldown of whatever you decide to use here. So try using Pistolier, and try using something like Justice of the Empire, see what goes best. I would strongly suggest avoiding Slice, and maybe avoiding Whirling Slash. But Whirling Slash is not a bad skill. It's not a bad skill, it's just an energy cost skill, so you kind of have to decide. If you want to use energy cost, then Pistolier and Whirling Slash are your choice. But then you might actually not take this note and take something else, such as maybe extra HP. Another thing, as I said, this set attack does not crit, and it also does not benefit from nodes that give you counter attack damage, but it does benefit from things like Magnus's Gift's damage bonus. And Magnus's Gift is better than Blade of Vengeance because it doesn't require you to get hit. It stacks up to 10 times, which is 500% damage. This also stacks up to 5 times. Blade of Vengeance is not the best, but Grudge Settler might be good. It's 200% damage to every taunted enemy. So even if you don't have enemies around you that is needed for Magnus's Gift, this would still do a lot of damage to bosses. So if you have a good Grudge Settler, swap out your weapon before a boss fight with the Grudge Settler. This kind of is some of the things I would say tomorrow when making the build. So thank you all guys for watching. And tomorrow, as I said, I'll be posting this build. And
I thought counter-attack is key in this build. Good to know it's crit DMG.
I thought so too. At first I went for a counter-attack build, but then I realized it's not the best. Well, thank you again, Jude, for all the comments and for the chats and for the suggestion. And until next time, Jude, and have a good evening or day, whatever the time zone you are in on. Goodbye and keep it cool.